this is Giovanni, and this is what happened last time. We reconnected with the pirates of the Emerald Sail. The pirates had taken control of an island dig site, capturing the archaeologists and looting their findings. We investigated a cave that seems to have been used as a temple to my father, the sea god Mare. We then traveled to the other side of the island where the pirates talked us into entering a tomb set up like a giant chessboard. We battled terracotta chess pieces, won the game, and a hatch opened up on the board.
You were all standing in the tomb that's set up like a chessboard. You just completed the game. Poor Druck didn't stay conscious during that. He's laying next to you. You're standing above a tile that's opened up to a circular stairway going down into a dark hole, and looking down into that hole.
Smells like treasure down there. We need to go.
What about Druck? He's in need of medical attention.
We got him. It's okay.
Are you a healer? I don't have heal skills. Can you heal him?
No.
We should go get healing for him.
No, we have to go down. What if we leave and then pirates come in and they see the staircase? They're gonna go get the treasure.
Well, are we required to share it? No, let's take him. Let's just go. And I'm going to try to start pulling Druck towards the exit of the cave.
No! And Giovanni starts pulling him down the stairwell.
All right. So we're doing opposed athletics. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. Oh, that doesn't look very good. Oh. I got a 1, and my strength bonus says that it turns into a 0, so I did worse than a natural 1.
Nice, I did 16. So we're going down the steps!
So, because he rolled so poorly, you yank him too hard, effectively, and he kind of goes rolling down the stairs on you.
Jack, are you...
I listen.
Dust puffs up from the hole.
Well, there we go. Now we know. We gotta go down. Let's go.
Jack! And I run down the stairs.
Giovanni will get out a torch and some oil and light it up out of his vest.
Thanks to Runar's curse, he has dark vision, so...
All right. It kind of circles around 3 times in this circular stone stairway. You come to the bottom of it. It opens up to a space that's probably about half the size of the room that you came from. In the darkness, Runar, because you get there a little bit before Giovanni, you can see that there is a portal or doorway, I should say, of some sort that has kind of a bluish glow to it across the way on the far side from where you are.
Hey, look, a portal.
Very dusty down here, and there's a few different pedestals just sort of scattered around. It looks like maybe a couple of them used to be pillars. They're falling apart, crumbling.
First thing I do is I'm going to go check on Druck. Medicine Jack!
Yeah. And Druck is awkwardly laying at the bottom of the stairs and looks like he may have broken his neck.
Giovanni completely forgot about him and is looking around the room.
I got a 15 on my medicine check, so I'm going to at least lay him out straight and check to see if he's alive.
I mean, he's alive, but he's certainly beaten up. You don't think the fall helped?
Oh, thank goodness. Druck's okay. Druck, can you hear me? Druck!
Oh yeah, Druck, how's he doing?
Well, he's alive.
Oh, good.
So Giovanni, you get towards the bottom of the stairs, and you hear a click under your foot, and the trapdoor shuts up above you.
Oops.
Both of you roll your perception.
10.
15.
Runar, you notice with your cat-like vision, there's dust everywhere, pretty heavy. This is a very old crypt or whatever it is, but there's footprints, more than one set of footprints that seem to come down this stairs, maybe back and forth. It's disturbed.
So like a blueprint?
Yeah.
How old would I think these footprints are? Is there like dust settling back in, or does it look like it's...
Seems to you that it's relatively recent.
Okay, so,
Look at this blue portal.
Yes. There's more interesting things. Do the footprints go up the stairs or go to the portal?
You think both. Like, it looks like maybe somebody's gone up and down.
Giovanni starts walking towards the portal.
Giovanni, we have two problems. First one is obviously Drac. We need to make sure we need to wake him up somehow. And the second one is somebody's been in here.
Giovanni looks around and starts seeing the footprints, but then he goes over and picks up Druck and starts walking towards the portal.
No, why aren't we getting him help?
He starts heaving his arms back and forth, ready to throw Druck through the portal.
No, there's actually a door there. If you throw him into the door,
But it looks super portally, doesn't it?
It looks magical.
If you're moving a little bit that direction, it does have a bit of a hum to it. You can see in through the dust as it settles a little more, you can see that it's a portcullis, much like you saw on the way in upstairs, and it's a blue glowy portcullis that's humming.
Do you have that chess piece?
He's heaving his arms back and forth.
No stopping. Just put the poor elf down. Do you have the chess piece still?
Yep. 1.
No.
2.
No. And Runar stands in front of Giovanni. No.
Oh, can I throw Druck right into Runar?
Wait, you're throwing him into Runar?
Yeah, because
he's got in the way on 3.
Yep, go ahead.
All right. I'll just roll strength test. Oh my gosh. 22.
Oh my gosh. All right. Ragdoll elf comes flying your direction. You step in the way, and you're just sort of wrapped onto the ground.
Why did you get in the way? You could have hurt Druck.
I think you were going to hurt Druck. Hey, do you have perhaps a candlestick?
Do I have a candlestick? Yes. That's not important right now.
A candelabra. Yes.
I have a torch right here.
I don't need I need a metal object. Grappling hook. You have a grappling hook.
That I do.
Take the grappling hook and throw it into the door.
Okay. Gets everything down. He starts going through his vest. It takes him a little while, and he gets the grappling hook out. What do you want me to do with this again?
Throw it into the door like you were going to do with Drac?
He starts taking it quite literally, moving his arms back and forth. Counts down to 3 and throws it through the door.
All right. When you hit it, it sparkles with electricity.
Does the grappling hook get through it?
No, it just bounces off of it, but it definitely gives off some sort of lightning.
Runa, I may have made a mistake.
Yes!
This might be a trap.
It is. Have you heard of this thing? It's called, foreshadowing.
I believe so, yes. I believe I have heard of foreshadowing before.
It's usually a literary term, but...
It's when there's a lot of shadows. Like
yes.
4 of them.
No, they had this very same trap upstairs.
Oh, gotcha. Yes, all right.
Yes.
Do me a favor. Don't tell Druck about any of this.
Druck, you need to wake up. I need somebody to help me with this maniac.
Well, let me take a look. I've disabled many traps in my day, so let me take a look.
I don't think so.
I'm going to roll perception.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. You roll
Roll the 7.
It looks like there's some sort of lever or keypad or something to the right. It's some sort of device. It's got gears in it. There's a couple little pins in it that look like they could move. It's complicated.
Here, let me show you what to do with this type of device, okay? And he starts going through his vest again. He does get to like a candlestick holder, and he's like, you needed this?
I mean, we could have used it instead of the grappling hook. I don't think we have a current need of it.
Oh, well, he throws it into the door just to see what happens. He goes, worth a try.
Roll your perceptions real quick.
5. Woo, my dice are bad lately.
Ooh, this is good. 22.
So back the way you came from, the hairs on the back of your neck sort of stand up for a second, and you think you hear someone back at the stairs.
I'll spin around and just stare at the stairs.
What's wrong?
I don't know. And then I cast darkness.
What in the world's going on? I can't see anymore.
I cast darkness. They can't see us.
Who can't? We were the only ones in the room.
There's somebody else in the room.
No, there wasn't. I was just about to disable this trap.
I'm sure of it. Somebody in the room. Shut up.
You think at the top of the stairs, somebody is trying to push at that trap door. But from this side, like trying to push up.
I need to be able to see. Drop the
They're
darkness.
not trying to be sneaky anymore. They're just trying to get out.
I need to be able to see this device so we can disarm this door and get through it.
We need to go get the other person.
Why do we want to go back up there? The pirates might just get us.
There's somebody at the door.
That way we have to go through this door. I want to get to it before I want the treasure behind here.
You just start hearing this voice coming from behind you. If we could maybe speak for a moment.
Is this one of the frog people?
I think it's Kermit. I mean, Kevin. It's Kevin. It's Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin. That's what I was thinking too, yes.
You hear some bumbling back there, and then again, like people falling downstairs.
Oh my gosh.
Is there any way we can do something with this darkness?
Okay. We can talk. We can talk through the darkness. My name is Runar Chai, and I'm an archaeologist with the Antiquarium of the Lore of College in the Silezium. Who might you be?
My name is Ellerin. I'm
Kevin.
Almost a cleric of St. Mucius. I've been training.
Okay, so you're here with the archaeological expedition with St. Mucius?
Yes. I should tell you I'm not alone.
Who might be with you, sir?
You hear a couple other voices. My name is Bloodstan.
Definitely not dropping the darkness out.
And another voice says, I am Rodrigo.
I mean, Rodrigo, you sound like a lovely chap. Hey, but listen. Okay, so apparently we have accidentally shut the door. And,
we were hoping you hadn't locked it on your way up, and we could just slip by.
Hey, here's the deal, Eleanor and Bloodstain. There are some very dangerous things down here we're trying to get rid of, so if you could go back up the steps and stay up there for a little bit, that would be great.
The door locked behind you when you stepped on the step.
I might be of assistance.
Did they come through?
You
Are they in our room, or are they up there?
They're in the room already. We locked them down in here.
They're at the bottom of the stairs now.
Wait, were they here before we got here?
Yes, they were invisible.
Oh.
They were trying to sneak out.
Well, I can't see. Somebody turn the lights out.
And it didn't work, so
They were
now
invisible
just
before.
clean.
I turned the lights off so they can't see us.
You have a injured man here, right?
That we
Yes.
do, yes.
Yes.
I could help with that if maybe we could talk.
Okay. I dropped the darkness.
Okay.
I'll have you know that I have claws. When did I get claws? Oh,
You have claws now?
I have claws. Look, I have claws.
Ooh.
Oh, this is terrifying. The curses. Anyway,
Be careful when you use the restroom.
I didn't even think of that. That's terrifying.
That might be the best advice you've ever gotten in your life, Runar.
I mean, I think it stands to reason in general. I mean, there's a lot of you're kind of. Anyway,
I don't know where he was going with that.
you're
Okay,
not moving.
so-
Anyway,
So darkness,
Injured man, yes.
darkness is dropped. You can see that there is an elfman. He's got dark blonde hair and kind of pale blue eyes. His skin kind of has a gold sheen to it. And he has this symbol of St. Mucius. There's
What's
also,
the symbol look like?
It's their library. It's
Okay.
this pillared white stone building.
oh, that was what we saw on the pennant in the camp on the other side of the island.
It's actually a place in Aurora. The one who calls himself Bloodstan is actually a dragonkin. He's bronze. He's got bright, sort of red eyes. And then Rodrigo is actually a blue-skinned tiefling with kind of dark hair that's just sort of frizzy and sticking up.
Oh, well, I'm Runar Chai, and this is Giovanni Marison. Don't ask him where he comes from.
He bows.
As you can see, I am turning into a cat. That's not relevant. Over there is Druck. He is injured in the chest plate. So the archaeologists lied to the pirates about being able to get down here. Am I understanding this correctly?
Yeah, we had gone down previously, and I think they thought we had died.
Hey, what's through this door?
Well, we had it open at one point. Rodrigo wedged it open, and it ended up shooting him across the room, and I had to kind of bring him back. Rodrigo kind of points at his frizzy hair. Like, yep. There's what seems to be a tomb beyond. They did a sending, and we've been in contact with the ship, and we were hoping that it would come to save us.
Oh, a ship. How big of a ship?
A pretty big ship. It's called the Cephalopod.
Cephalopod?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, are you aware that they have 3 ships and at least the Crown Jeweler, I forget the name of it. It's a pretty sizable flagship.
Well, unfortunately, yes. We called for the Cephalopod, and the captain, her name is Dagny, and Dagny told us she would come see about helping us. And the unfortunate thing was that on the far side of the island, there was this fleet, and she said, I'm out. We're not going to be sunk for this. But we think we've figured something out from the writings of this in this room. Because if you look around, there's lots of carvings, and we've been spending some time trying to figure out what we could make of all this. And so we think we have a little bit of a plan.
That is very cool. And as he says that, Runar sees that Giovanni has a hammer in his hand.
I wouldn't do it.
Do what? And he starts to raise his hammer.
What
to
are
the
you
device.
doing? No, don't smash it. I slap Giovanni. Not like the gentle, like snap out of it slap. Like I'm like a trained monk, and I like open hand slap to like almost knock you down slap. We'll see. If
All right, roll an attack roll.
Hey. Well, I didn't roll very well,
Did
but
I
I think your AC is worse than a 14, though.
Ah, you got me.
Huzzah! Take 5 points of damage.
The cleric says, well, let me take care of your friend here. Ellerin kneels in front of Giovanni and puts his hands on his chest, and he heals him for 12 points of
I think you mean Druck.
health. I'm sorry, Druck, I did say, yeah. Sorry, in front of Druck, and this light comes from his hands as he heals him for 12. So, Druck, you wake up to this, dust in your mouth. Everything hurts because of the fall.
Druck, you're awake! Thank goodness, we were so worried about you.
Druck, help me control this man. He was trying to smash things with a hammer. Things that didn't need to be smashed, by the
Druck,
way.
he just smashed me in the face.
You deserved it.
He raises the hammer again towards the device.
I raised my hand.
So there's a blue tiefling, there's a gold-skinned elfman, and is a bronze dragonkin all standing there with you. They all, by the way, look a little beat up. They have had their own issues.
Okay.
We are in an area underneath the chessboard, and there's a very shocky door here, and these people were already in here, and we're locked in here. The trapdoor above is shut.
Okay.
But other than that, things are great.
We think we have a plan. My name is Ellerin. We think that we might be able to get some help. We had sent out for it. It didn't pan out, but we think something might work here.
They have one ship on the way that's possibly going to help.
So I imagine Giovanni and Runar are standing in front of that lock mechanism.
Yes.
One has the hammer raised, Giovanni, and then Runar has his hand raised, ready to strike Giovanni again. And they're just like staring at each other, waiting for the other one to flinch, trying to have this conversation. I imagine if we could get the Emerald Sails to leave, the cephalopod, I think that was the name, it would show up, and then we could get the assistance we need. We just need to get the pirates out of here, and the easiest way to do that is to open this door, and let the pirates have what they want, and we can do that by not hitting it with a hammer.
Wait, give the pirates what they want out of that door? I want what's in that door.
They gotta get something. We gotta get them to leave.
Well, we think we might be able to leave without the pirates' help.
Okay. Maybe we'll be on one side of the island where they don't see us and we get going quicker.
Are you with... I guess we didn't clarify, but I didn't get the impression. You're not with the pirates, are you?
Not at this very present time, no.
Depends on who you ask. I think the pirates think we're working for them.
When they're around, yes, we're with them. So about this door. Also, that was very nice of you to make Druck feel a lot better, and Giovanni starts holding his face, trying to give that guy a clue that he was a little hurt.
He says, no problem.
Does he heal me?
No, that's he just says, no problem.
Can I take a look at this door?
Yes, Druck, go right ahead. Here's a hammer, and he hands it over to you.
Thank you. I put the hammer away.
Make an investigation check.
Oh, no. 5.
The dragonkin says, no, you're looking at this wrong. Kind of holds up his own torch, and he says, look over here.
Okay.
Roll again.
All right.
With advantage.
Oh, good.
Ooh.
Oh, that's way better. 20?
See, we had this thing open, and then Rodrigo kind of screwed it up. You know what he did is he tried to use metal thing on it. So quit that. He looks at Giovanni. It's kind of a little weird puzzle, but you kind of see that all the pins need to go to the left side, and and then they'll all go up. But there's a certain order. You and he kind of talk through the intricacies of it. Go ahead and do a lockpick.
21.
Okay. It's still doing its little electric thing. The portcullis goes up to the ceiling, but it opens up into this other chamber.
Okay.
The cleric says, well, I'll show you what we found. And in this room, there are 8 sarcophagi, but they're up, sort of built into the walls. Humanoid figures.
So they're vertical or are they horizontal?
They're vertical.
Okay.
Right, like standing.
Gotcha.
One of them is actually broken open.
Okay.
And there's some sort of battle that happened here, and there's a mummy sort of hacked up, laying next to it. There's also a chessboard that's been set out, and the pieces are all in place. Like it's a full one side of a chess set.
What color are the chess pieces?
Kind of a blue agate. It's got kind of stripy stones. The board itself is actually pink and blue.
Okay. Well, I have one of the pieces.
And there's also a handful of pedestals up against the walls, kind of lining up to the different tombs. The tombs themselves, I should point out too, there's some elves, some gnomes, and there are some what look to be raven-headed peoples of some sort.
Okay.
The one that was busted open was one of the raven-headed ones. You can see that on the mummy.
Okay, Giovanni gets out the pink chess piece and goes over and sets it on the spot where that should go.
Well, when you go to the pedestals, there are different symbols on each of them, and then there are also places where you could literally put chess pieces in, kind of like a key.
Okay.
But you need like a full 16 for each of them.
What happens when I put the one in the pedestal? Anything? He'll just
See if you
put
can
them
make
on
sense of
each
which one.
one of them until something happens, and if nothing happens on all of them, then nothing happens.
Gotcha. You do find one that has pink in it.
Okay.
You also notice, too, there are different stones worked into the different tombs. The one that was busted open had blue stone worked through it.
Okay.
There is, by the way, one that has pink on it. It's a gnome.
Okay.
But then there's different colors, kind of a goldish color, green color, red, so on.
Does the chess piece that I have activate anything on any of the pedestals?
You find that it fits.
Okay.
It's the right size, but you think maybe you need further. The cleric says, so this is kind of what we're thinking, and we've been here for a little while. The readings on the walls here tell us about this people that dealt with their own version of time travel. It didn't actually work in the sense that I think they would hope. They're not being able to go back to when they're a child or something, but they could, within the island, do some things that were short-term. They could teleport within places that they had been previously on the island, and they could speak to people from recently. So reach maybe talk into the future or the past within, a matter of hours. We think that these pedestals will not only help us to contact the cephalopod again, but we could actually contact her in the past by a couple hours and tell her to wait for us.
But we need all these pieces?
There's some sort of stone that works through all the rock on this island. It's what's made it so popular to different civilizations over the years, that does something with time. So if we were to get the pieces that go into this set, somewhere on the island, there's a place that we could teleport to and leave from there. So we would bypass the pirates, end up on somewhere else on the island, and have her pick us up there.
Well, seeing that we're stuck in this room, what do you say we go join back up with the Emerald Pirates?
Wait, what? No, what? Why? Why do you want to go with the pirates?
To get out of this room? Because are these pieces in this area? Probably not.
We got those, and he points at the blue ones.
Yeah, but they correspond to the one that's already open.
Well, that's because we opened it.
So, have you tried putting the blue pieces on the pink pedestal?
Well, there's one that will take both blue and pink, and we think that it has a symbol on there that has to do with somewhere on the island, but we haven't been able to quite figure it out.
Blue and pink. Do you need how many pink pieces do you need? And how many blue pieces?
We don't have any pink pieces. We got these blue pieces from that tomb. Problem is that the mummy that was in there didn't like that. That's how we got a little beat up here.
I go look at the pedestal that they're talking about. This requires both blue and pink.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking for two things. One, I'm looking to see how many blue and pink that it needs.
Mm-hmm.
And two, I'm looking to see if the symbol that they look for matches the symbol of the previous tomb cave thing.
The cave you saw on the other side?
Yes.
So you would need blue and pink, like a full set. And right now they've got half the set sitting there for you, which they got from the mummy. But you would also need a full set of pink. By the way, all the figures have chessboards at their chest. They might bury somebody with a shield.
Chessboard.
They've apparently buried them with a chessboard. So, yeah, your hunch is correct. When you go to that, you see this figure that looks like a wave's coming over it, which looks very similar to what you saw in that cave.
Oh.
And the stone that you saw, remember that little vein of stone? Some of that stone is in here. And so it's almost like that stone might just run itself to different spots on the island. It's almost like a mana line.
Okay, so this symbol that we see here on that was in that cave on the far side of the island that we saw before we came to this side of the island.
Okay.
So we could get to the far side of the island, theoretically, and there are some pirates there, but just a few, I think. There was some. Maybe we could free some of the other people, and then that leaves contacting the cephalopod, and we also need 16 pink pieces, and we have one.
Or
we
go back with the emerald ships.
Why? Okay, let's talk about this for a moment. I understand that you're something of a ne'er-do-well and consider yourself a pirate or a privateer or whatever. I don't see your fascination with dealing with the emerald sails.
Well, it's better than sitting around here in a stuck dungeon.
Or we solve this problem and then we get on the cephalopod and don't deal with the emerald sails. Drek, what do you think?
I'm inclined to agree with you.
See? Drek's on my side.
So we're going to look for 15 chess pieces on an island.
No, they're right there. And he points at the...
There's a gnome and it has the right color on it.
Wait, you know where they're at?
Okay. So, the chess pieces are keys to a teleportation device. Do you understand that part?
Okay.
Okay. So, we have half of the keys right there on that table.
Yep.
Okay?
Got it.
The other half, see that gnome sarcophagi?
Yes.
The other half are in there.
Oh!
Aha!
Ah!
Aha!
He starts going through his vest for his hammer.
No hammer. Less hammer. Drek, help me.
This is a hammerless society that we're dealing with.
Yes.
What?
Yes, they didn't use hammers, so we have to use other tools that are more appropriate to open up the sarcophagi. Hey, Rodrigo, how did you open up the sarcophagi with the blue markings?
I got it. And he pulls out his 5-foot pole. This'll do it.
Rodrigo says, I got a crowbar.
Actually, the pole might work too.
We're Tomb Raiders. We've all got crowbars.
Actually, that makes sense. Let's do that. Crowbars. Or a 5-foot pole. That works too.
Yeah, Giovanni will start trying to jam that pole right into the thing.
Okay. Roll a strength check.
19.
Ooh.
He wants those pieces.
All right. He wedges it in there, kind of pops it off of there. Go ahead and make a dex save to make sure that the tomb doesn't land on you.
6. I think I got it.
As you're excited, you kind of turn around. A part of it kind of catches you on its way down. You get smacked for 4 points of bludgeoning damage. Just kind of glances off your shoulder.
He leans over holding his shoulders like, okay. Please tell me they're in there.
So there's a gnomish mummy all wrapped up. It's got a board, same colors, in fact, blue and pink, in his hands at his chest, and he's just standing there. The cleric, Ellerin, says, we didn't mention they're probably in his chest.
Inside the mummy?
Mm-hmm.
Giovanni puts the pole down, gets his sword out, and
that would have been
stabs right into the chest of the mummy.
Okay.
That would have been useful information. Giovanni, what are you doing?
Roll your attack.
11 to hit, 9 damage if it hits.
Giovanni sticks his rapier into the mummy's chest. It definitely finds some purchase. There's something in there that it kind of digs through. And just as you get sort of the hilt up to his chest, hand comes to your throat. Everybody roll initiative.
Go, God.
5. Gosh, I can't roll today.
15.
21.
Wow. Mummy's going last.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Runar, you see this mummy grab Giovanni by the throat. Starts to make a few, noises.
Oh, somebody on fire! He shouts, and then he, jumps forward and just slaps the mummy right on the forehead. Does a 17 hit?
17 hits, yep.
6 points of damage.
All right, smack him, and a bunch of dust shoots off of his head.
I do it again. Look. Oh, that was a 20.
Of course, the minimum damage, like always, right?
Right, but you get the roll next. Oh, I didn't really.
2 minimum damages.
Oh, wow.
Rolled that 20. Rolled 2 ones. But that puts me at 5 points of damage.
Okay.
Let go!
It's almost like you do a precision hit, like you're poking him between the eyes. But he doesn't have eyes, so it doesn't do as much damage as you think it will. Druck.
I'm going to fade back 10, 15 feet and take a shot down.
Okay.
20 to hit?
20 hits.
Alright. 9 points of damage.
Arrow sticks into its neck. Still
Right.
kicking because it's this undead mummy, but... Giovanni, what are you doing? He's still got his hand on your throat, by the way. He didn't...
Yeah, he's going to try to stab at it, and he says, I've never seen something so ugly and so cute before in my life. And stab at it.
Okay.
15 to hit for 3 points of damage.
Okay. You get your rapier right back in there. You're not really sure how much damage this is doing.
Okay.
Its turn, and you actually hear something start ticking in it. Like a clock. And seems like it speeds up a little bit. It started moving very slowly and, like a mummy would, and suddenly it actually steps out, still having Giovanni in its hand, and enters the center of the room almost, not really caring that there's a bunch of other opponents for it. And it's going to punch Giovanni across the face with his rotting fist.
Ew.
Go ahead and make a con saving throw.
5.
That's not gonna work.
No.
You sure?
So,
Yes.
Pretty sure.
he has just cursed you.
Oh, that's not good.
You can't regain hit points.
Oh, fun. Is that all?
Is that it?
And your hit point maximum decreases by 8 points.
Ooh. I am no longer conscious.
So he just slaps him across the face, curses him. Giovanni shrivels up a little bit, and then he falls like a husk on the ground.
His arms are all curled in and his knees are curled in.
The mummy also turns and looks at Runar Chai and just kind of gives him this dreadful glare. Runar, make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no! Oh, that's bad. 10.
He stares at you and something inside of you just freaks out and you are frightened until the end of the mummy's next turn. So just after that, the cleric steps forward, puts his hands out, and light just kind of flashes in the room, and the mummy actually does squint its eyes and sort of turns his back on you. He effectively turned it for the time being. Bloodstan comes up behind him with the short sword and puts a big cut through his bandages, kind of slices up, and gets him for quite a big hit. Rodrigo throws a dagger, and it misses. Runar, it's your turn. You are frightened.
I will behave as if Runar's frightened.
Yeah.
He will step of the wind and run into the corner and like do like the arched back thing, and then he will try as his action. He will attempt to cast Firebolt.
Nice.
Okay.
So he does actually all of the stuff right to cast Firebolt. It just doesn't work.
Still.
All right.
I'll go ahead and take another shot at him. 16?
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. Oof. 16 points of damage.
This hits him pretty well. It's hard to say with these undead. A couple of pink pieces actually fall out of the gaps that are occurring in its body and its bandages. So, Giovanni, you better make a death saving throw.
Alrighty. I rolled a 7.
Oh, okay. Failed one.
A pink chess piece falls next to him, and his eye slightly opens up and looks over at it. His eyes close again. But his body's all curled up and shriveled still. Just want that piece.
The mummy is actually still under the influence of the turning. It's almost like he's trying to go back to bed, like he's trying to go back into the tomb. It kind of wastes its turn. Runar, you are no longer afraid. You see that he is turning away from everybody thanks to that cleric. It's your turn now.
He shouts stupid curse, and then he like runs and tries to Superman punch it in the back of the head. Meow. I do not think an 8 hits. He will bonus action on an unrestricted though. I'm hoping a 20 hits.
20 lit.
4 or 5 points of damage. Wow, it was like I did a crit again.
Dust goes flying from his head when you hit it.
I shout, but somebody just use fire on it.
Alright, I'm gonna back up a little bit more just to make sure I'm not in melee with it. And take another shot at it. Oof, does an 8 hit?
It does not.
Okay.
All right, arrow comes a little astray. Giovanni, make another test or a death save.
Yes!
Oh
Yes!
my gosh!
Worst part is you can't heal.
Just chess pieces.
So after taking that hit from Bloodstand, the mummy kind of shakes out of the turning. turns around and it's going to punch at him with its rotting fist.
Punch at Bloodstain?
Yeah. 'cause
Okay, I'm okay with this.
He had come up. He had come up and hit him pretty good. And Bloodstain gets hit and kind of staggers backwards. Doesn't take him down like it did Giovanni. It's husking him up, much like it did with Giovanni. It's also going to start stepping out again. It takes a look at the cleric, tries to do his glare on it, and the cleric seems to be okay by it. The cleric jumps down, puts his hand on Giovanni's forehead, and says, "Say his spirit as well." It doesn't do any healing, but it does stop him from leaving us. Bloodstain takes another jab, kind of seems weakened in his attack, and does get the knife into the mummy, or the short sword, unclear as to what it does. And Rodrigo grabs a torch after hearing what Runar said about fire, and he just whips it at the mummy. Lands right at its feet, and its legs are on fire, and it's very flammable. Just starts like licking up its feet. Fire seems to be a good option, and it also shows that it doesn't like it. And by the way, that ticking's still happening.
Oh, no worries.
No worries.
The mummy's just got a tick, that's all.
That brings us up to Runar again.
Can I pick the torch up?
Yeah.
Pick up the torch and I'll swing at it. Hey! Hey! I think a 7 misses.
All right. Yeah, it definitely doesn't like that fire. It kind of and like steps off to the side.
All right.
Druck.
I'm going to go ahead and kind of sidestep a little bit and take a shot at him. Ah. Nope.
So
9.
Ugh. All right. Arrow's going astray. All right, Giovanni, you don't have to make a death saving throw because the cleric helped you out with that.
So Giovanni is seeing like nothing but blue, and there's kind of these waves in it. It's not really the water, but it kind of seems like it's the water. And then all of a sudden, it's kind of getting brighter and brighter with white light. And he's like, "Father? Oh, Father, hey! Oh, right." And then everything goes black. He's like, hello? Hello? Runar, turn out the darkness, for goodness sakes, this is getting old. And that's his turn.
Oh, Jesus.
All right. Mummy's turn. He's going to try to do a glare at the cleric again. Doesn't seem to matter. And the rotting fist is going to come towards Runar. Ooh, Runar, he misses you. I'm going to duck out of the way.
Hey, meow.
That was that for them. Okay, so cleric is going to do a guiding bolt. This radiant energy comes flying from the cleric and strikes the mummy pretty well, actually. Bloodstain gets its sword in there pretty well. Looks like the bandages are holding it together at this point. Still there, still ticking. A dagger comes flying from Rodrigo, kind of sticks into its head. That doesn't seem to affect it a whole lot. And Runar, it's your turn.
He's going to swing the torch at it. I got a 15.
15 hit.
Okay,
Be
okay.
based on...
So I rolled a 1 and a -1 on strength.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
So it's just going to do fire damage. Okay, now it's fully ablaze.
All right. I'm going to try and take another shot at it.
Okay.
Sometime I'm going to hit it again.
Nope.
10?
No, 10 misses. Wow, Druck.
I
He needs to be outdoors.
need new dice.
Yeah, I don't like this underground stuff. Mummy's going to swing its Runar. Oh, and he got a nat 20.
Nope, going down. Meow.
That'll be
Go ahead and make a con saving throw.
Hey! Oh, no. That's 6.
Oh, gosh. Did we already curse you, or this is
Nope.
the first one? Okay, well, shriveled cat about to happen here. Can't be healed, and your hit points are lowered by 12. It actually did 11 points of damage.
Oh.
Shrinks up and hits the ground as well. Good gosh.
Right next to Giovanni. Giovanni's eyes slightly open, and he smiles a little bit, and then slightly close again.
And Druck,
Great.
make contact.
Why is it on me?
Because you're the only guy left standing.
Oh no.
14.
Hey!
All right.
And he's engaged, right?
And he's engaged.
All
Yep.
right, good.
Yep.
11 points of damage?
All right. Hits him square in the chest, and he falls apart. It's just a burning rag pile. It actually burns to dust in a lot of ways, and then there's a bunch of chess pieces and things like that.
Okay.
The cleric comes over to Runar, stabilizes him with the same spell, and everybody's standing there kind of heaving. And the cleric turns to you and goes, "That's why we didn't want to do that again
I understand.
without extra help."
Yeah. Huh. Look over at Runar and Giovanni. Well.
Let's see if there's anything we can do for him here. And he kind of checks him over, and he's like, "Oh, gosh, they're cursed." Ellerin starts digging through his satchel, and he's looking for something to help the two that are down.
Okay.
And he grabs a couple of healing potions, and he pours one into Giovanni's mouth, and nothing happens. And so he goes over to Runar, and he pours one in his mouth, and nothing happens. He's like, "Oh, God. Okay, this is a curse. They can't. What? This isn't work. We need to get rid of the curse. Oh, wait. I might have something for that." And he searches through, and he reminds you a little bit of Giovanni for a second, as he just gets all these weird, like a candle and incense, and he's just got all this weird crap in his pack, and then finds a couple of scrolls. Then he runs through and starts speaking the words of this spell. And first he starts with Giovanni, and you just see him just sort of puff up like a balloon or something. He was all shrunken up and husk-like. So after you're puffed up, you don't immediately come back to consciousness. So he goes back into his, "I've got another mother's milk in here."
Wait, just a quick second here. He's okay, though?
Well, yes, I mean, he's uncursed.
I'm going to start rifling through his coat. See. Wand. No. Gem. Yoink.
Zircon?
No wand. All right. I'll just go ahead and leave the rest of his stuff there. Do you got a potion that you could use to heal him?
You get done doing that, and you look up, and you've been focusing on like finding stuff in his vest, right? And you look up, and all three of them are all just like staring at you with like disgust in their face, like you're looting. You're looting. They don't say anything, but they're just like, "What?" Terrible person here.
I just look them all dead in the eye and just put my finger to my lip.
Pops a cork, pours mother's milk down your throat.
Runar, why did you cast darkness again? Oh, Runar. And he's just kind of looking around, kind of confused.
And Runar's all shriveled up, kind of a little husk of himself.
You might want to go through your, I don't know, when the mummy hit you, a bunch of stuff fell out of your jacket, so.
Oh, no. Okay. I will definitely take a look. What's going on with Runar here? And he starts patting Runar in the face.
I have another scroll here. We'll get rid of this curse. You don't have a remove curse ability, do you? Do you have any kids?
No, I do not. I do not.
Okay. Well, that's fine. We'll do this. Do it this way. And he runs through, and again, this prayer to St. Lucius. Runar pops back into place. His shrunkenness fills in. Tail's the last thing to go. This is my last one. Pours this mother's milk down your throat. So while they've been doing that, Rodrigo has been over there sifting through the carcass of the burning bandages. I mean, his ashes. He first started with poking his weapons through it, and now he's sifting off the different pieces. He also finds a brooch, and he holds it up, and he goes, "What do you think this is?" And it's a bronze brooch, and it has kind of a little gear on it, almost like you could wind it.
Well, historically speaking, things like that would be... There's been a lot of tinkerers. Gnomes are known for tinkering and doing things with like small devices that you would wind up, and they would do things like a child's toy, but it's just a thing that they do culturally.
Oh, I can totally hold on to that. Here, I'll take it.
No, give it to me.
By the way, Runar, I'm very glad that you're doing okay. And as he says that, he's chewing on a piece of old dirty linen strip.
Are you eating the mummy?
Oh, gross. Gross. Oh.
Runar will see if he can wind the brooch.
Yeah, you wind it and it starts ticking.
Oh, that was a ticking noise. Wonder what it does. Is that all it does? It's tick? Is there a clock? It's a clock.
Seems to be a magical item. Like maybe you need to sit with it for a little while during a rest. And...
I'll figure this out.
Yep. Just as he's clearing it all, Rodrigo has the board set out. It's complete. He finds all of them. for a moment you're like, wait, did he not have the knight? Because you guys had a knight, but he does. He has a full set there. And then as he's clearing the ash out of the way, there's a key also in the mix. Must have been in the mummy as well. It's a golden key. The bow of it's like a flower with a little clear gem in the center of it. Golden key.
Oh, I'll take a look at the key.
Just a
Here,
little
hand it
bit.
over.
He hands it over.
Oh, thank you. He kind of looks at it a little bit, and then he puts it in his vest.
And it's gone.
Everybody, they get a little bit patched up. The cleric, Elrond, says, so I believe that we have what we need. If I'm reading this correctly, that pedestal could serve as a device for speaking to them and for teleporting to wherever this leads to within the island.
Okay. Speaking to whom, precisely?
To the cephalopod.
The ship that's going to take us away.
Yes. Yes.
That's what I'm going to attempt.
Okay.
And I'm going to attempt to talk to them in the past.
Okay.
So
Alright.
that we can catch them before they leave.
Okay, so I think where this, just to be clear, where this is go, there are pirates there, just to be clear.
Yes, but there's much fewer pirates on that side, correct?
Yeah, it's
And
just a
there's-
handful. And there's also...
And our entire camp.
How fast is a cephalopod? Is it a quick ship?
I mean, I hope so, actually, now that you say that. We do need to flee.
It's
That's a no.
He goes, you'll see.
Cephalopod.
Okay.
Maybe it goes underwater. Does this thing go underwater?
It's claims that it does, yes.
Called it! It gives you a high five, Runar.
And Runar reflexively just, does it, and then he's just, looks at his hand like, why did I do this?
So what I want to make sure that is clear is that we don't intend to leave without our comrades. They're all on that camp. They're being held by a small group of pirates. We want to free them. Can you help us with that?
What we can do is we can leave, and the pirates will take all the stuff. They'll get bored. They'll leave. They'll leave them all. They'll be fine.
I don't think that's the agreement that we're.
What, is the fleet still on this side of the island?
Yes.
Yes.
Hopefully this will take us to the other side of the island.
Yes?
And
We can free our comrades and get onto the cephalopod on that side, unseen.
There you go. Easy enough. That's what I meant.
After freeing the comrades.
Correct.
Okay.
You are a little fresher than we are. I know that we just patched you up and all, but we were hoping that if you could take care of the pirates that are down there, we could run through and untie everyone and just head that way.
I mean, I'm not much of a fighter, to be honest. I mean, I
Always.
used to have magic, but I don't, really.
Well, you
anymore.
just punched a mummy a few times, and it seemed to do the trick.
I punched a mummy? What do you mean I punched a mummy?
He kind of gets amnesia after fights. He forgets. He beats up a lot of stuff and then forgets. Why
No.
did you cast darkness again?
Again, I mean, I cast it on the ship,
Yeah, you
and then I
forgot.
cast it, and then I cast it in the room. I don't recall.
Yeah, you forgot. It's okay. I get it. One of these days you'll start remembering your fights.
I didn't cast... What? No.
wait for the cleric to figure out how to do this teleportation.
It may be a little trial and error.
No. It should be simple, right? So we just simply have to determine which color would be representative of the black pieces and which color would be representative of the white pieces, because they are non-traditional colors of pink and blue. Once we do that, we can set up the pieces, and the thing will do its thing.
Maybe the darker color blue is equal to the black.
This is Bloodstand. Do you think that it's going to bring us to the other side of the island? Are we hoping for that?
I have faith that it will. I mean, there is a symbol on the pedestal that matches a symbol that's on the cave over there.
Either way, it's
That's
our only
promising.
way out. So we have to go anyways, right?
Yes, but there is a degree of risk, but I do think there is a degree of hope and promise here.
So you've been to the camp, right?
Yes.
Yes, we have.
How many pirates did you see?
We saw 3, and possibly more that were invisible.
So you just took on a mummy. Maybe 3 pirates wouldn't be too tough.
I don't really enjoy fighting.
The alternative is to stay here and starve to death, so we don't really have a choice.
Fine. Runar will look at the pedestal, and then he will compare it to the 2 chessboards that they have, right? Because there should be the chessboard from the gnome and the chessboard from the other.
Yeah, from
Mummy.
the raven-headed one.
Yep. And he'll compare the 2. Any kind of any real markings on it to indicate which color would be the quote-unquote white pieces, so then we could line the pieces up appropriately.
Roll your perception.
Oh, yay! Actually, I have to do some perception. Except for when I roll a 1. I feel like that's how we got in this mess to begin with.
So basically what happens is he starts doing like math equations and he runs through all of this stuff about how it has to be this side and that side and all this kind of stuff. And then Druck walks up and he goes, there's a blue line right here to show you which side the blue goes on.
I mean, I missed that.
You plug in all the pieces, right? Are you letting the cleric do all that?
Yeah.
No.
No.
I think he's more important to the operation than me, really, to be honest.
Like I said, they just plug in. It's like a key. They just all sort of go in upside down. Once they're all in, it starts glowing, and it smells of the sea. Kind of gives off this kind of briny smell.
Okay, Mr. Clerk, do your sending thing. I don't know who you're sending it to.
He kind of takes out this little notepad that he's been writing down. You know, he's been doing all this reading on the walls. They were here a while, so they're doing a lot of studying. And he says a few words that don't make sense. You know, it's like all like little magic words or something that he has picked up in the hopes that he can set this up properly. And he says, Dagny, Captain Dagny of the Cephalopod. This is one of the clerics of Mucius. My name is Ellerin. We come from Aurora. We are asking for your help. You hear a voice, a woman, come back. Your location? And he gives out some numbers that don't mean much to anybody here. She says, what kind of trouble are we in? We are under siege by the Emerald Sail. We're looking for a rescue. When you show up, if you come to this island on the western shore, if you would wait out of sight, we will be there. But I need you to wait at least 2 hours. She says, there's reward in it, I'm assuming. And he says, yes, the White Lady will be grateful to help the Brotherhood of St. Mucius. And she says, I'm sure she will. I'll be there in 2 hours. And he says, 2 hours will suffice. Please wait another 2 once you're here. Fair enough. And he takes his hand off. He says, we have 1 hour.
Oh, okay.
Giovanni's smoking his pipe.
It's with all the dust in here too. Right? Like everybody's immediately bothered. Like, oh God.
Hey, all right. So, how do we get this thing to teleport us? And he just like slaps the side of it. Teleport.
Giovanni kicks it a couple times.
He points out there are other passwords that he's grabbed. There's different things that he's looked at along the way on his notebook. But he says, she's talking about more time than we actually have. I just talked to her in the past, I believe.
You said she's going to be here for an hour. No, she's already here and waited an hour?
Effectively, yes. She should be out there already.
And we have an hour before she leaves. Am I understanding that correctly?
Yes.
And it's assuming that she didn't chicken out again?
Yes.
Drunk, does your head hurt?
A little bit.
Oh, man, I don't know why. Oh, you want some pipe?
No.
Okay.
I do. Oh gosh, this is the nerves. The nerves.
He hands it over to you, Runar.
He takes a big puff, and and he passes the Constitution check. It seems like he does this all the time. Runar is holding Giovanni's pipe, and he goes, "Okay, so we could rest for a brief respite here. However, that would dramatically cut down on the amount of time we would do that. Do you think we can afford such a?"
I would imagine we probably need to get going in case something else happens or more pirates show up or things get in the way.
Well, I mean, at this point, we don't know that they're any more alerted than they were previously. And they seemed rather baffled by the puzzle, even though you think they're brawnier than that. Anyway, just punch everything. Jeez.
I say we go. It's getting stuffy in here.
Stuffy. Yeah, I mean, it is.
As the smoke from the pipe goes around our faces.
Everybody's like doing smoke rings without even having the pipe.
Runar's doing like the pirate ship that Gandalf did.
Giovanni's going to cast Minor Illusion and make one of his smoke rings turn into an arrow and start pointing up and down at the teleportation area.
Oh, hey, I can do that too, see? And he snaps his finger, and now there's like a ship like sailing along the sea.
Giovanni likes it. He smiles, nods his head to you.
Yeah, see, spells, magic. I used to be a wizard.
I only do tricks.
That's what I've been reduced to. I can't even do firebolt.
Druck, are you ready?
Yeah.
Well, fortunately, the clerk has the password to get us teleported. It's just a matter of subduing the pirates and untying the prisoners.
Cleric says, "Hey, you have been to this place that you are mentioning, right? It wasn't something you heard about. You were at the cave.
Yeah, we went in there, yes.
Okay. Apparently that's part of the equation. You can only go to places you've been recently.
So how does that work for you, though? You've never been there.
We are going to hold on to you and hope we come with."
This is
Highly scientific. I'm behind it.
I love it. These guys aren't afraid of anything.
All right. We're throwing caution to the wind. We will test this area. I don't see it working.
Teleport away?
All right. Do the words, Mr. Cleric. Eldrin. Please do the words, Brother St. Mucius.
All right. Each of them grabs one of you. like 2 hands on your forearm, hoping that this works.
All right.
You hear kind of a ticking sound. And then the ticking sort of pops. And it almost feels like you are sort of spread thin for a minute. Everybody sort of gets pulled into a little line, almost out of existence, and you work your way to the spot, almost like you're following the mana line, and pour into the cavern. And sort of land there on your feet.
Do we still have people grabbing our arms?
You do. They actually came with you.
Hey, it worked. That was fun.
It was a thing.
Can we do it a few more times before we get going?
No.
I mean, it was really fun.
I look
No.
around. Is there anyone else in the cave with us?
No, it's just the 6 of you.
Okay.
All right. So the plan is we are going to go down there and cause a distraction, and they're going to free the prisoners in the tents, and then we're going to take everybody, and we're going to beat up these pirates, right?
Sounds like a plan. Let me turn invisible. Wait, never mind.
I don't think you can do that. At the beginning, you've done that too much.
All right, you step out. Not much has changed since you were there a couple hours ago. Tents down the hill.
Can we just roll stealth and see how far we can get?
Sure.
I rolled a 9.
17.
23.
It's a rocky place, so you're trying to find some boulders and things here and there, but it's, not really very conducive for stealth, but you're just doing your best to keep from being overly visible. And you get down to right about the edge of where the tents are, and Mac steps up from behind a tent. He's got his bow in his hand. I mean, he's 5-6 feet from you. Just says, "How'd you get back over here?" Kind of looking at the direction you came from.
I got the perfect explanation. So they were doing a study in the tomb with the chess pieces, and we were able to get past that, but then we were trapped in another portion of the tomb, and then we had to solve another puzzle. And as soon as here, it was the strangest, most bizarre thing. Apparently, this island, you're able to teleport around this island if you've been there before and speak the correct words. It was quite the undertaking to figure all that out. Several minds to come together to figure that out, and I was kind of hoping somebody would have punched him by now.
Giovanni is looking at Mech and then starts to move the top part of his body to the side like he's looking past Mech, and I want to roll sleight of hand and try to cast Minor Illusion without him seeing.
Okay.
19. About 30 feet away, kind of behind like a rock, he's going to make some type of Sasquatchy looking creature peeking out from behind that rock. And Giovanni's eyes are going to get really big, like, oh my goodness, what in the world is that?
Okay.
And I'll roll Deception. 19.
He turns around and looks, kind of squints his eyes, and then he looks back at you guys, kind of looks at the group.
Do you see that?
Kind of get this look of alarm. He's looking at the whole group, starts to step back from you.
Giovanni pulls his sword and starts walking past Mech towards the rock, and he lets the illusion drop when Mech's not looking that way.
Okay.
And Giovanni's acting like he's on alarm going over towards the Sasquatch looking
He
thing.
puts his hand out, puts his hand on your shoulder, he looks back, doesn't see that there, and he goes, "What are we really doing here, boys?
What do you mean, what are we really doing here?
Something's wrong."
Yeah, there seems to be some sort of monster up in there.
"No, I feel like you're trying to pull something here. What's going on?"
We're not pulling anything. There's a monster up on the rocks up there. We're going to take care of him.
You roll your deception.
All right. Oh, man. 9. Which, given my current dice rolling skills, it's
Good roll for the day.
relatively decent.
He goes invisible.
Okay.
All right, and he keeps walking towards the monster area.
All right.
I'll pull my bow and follow up behind Giovanni.
Bloodstand goes, we need to start getting into tents.
Yes.
They start, all three of them start running. They get daggers out and they start going to try to free people because they can tell that it's about to hit the fan.
I'm going to go to the tent that we stopped at before with Ufta and whatever.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to just bust in that tent and see if they're in there.
Just as you're walking up to that tent,
Well, I wouldn't say he was walking, but okay.
just as you're about to breach that tent, right? Like you are moving your way that direction, you hear some discussion happening, and it's almost like the tent explodes. And the canvas just flies up in the air, and Ufta, the green-skinned, orange-haired, yellow-eyed high orc, has apparently cast a spell or taken a potion or something, and he just busts up into this giant form. He's enlarged with some sort of spell, and he literally takes the middle post from the tent, pulls it out of the ground like a big spear, and he's ready to fight. He knows that you guys are up to something, he's been informed, and now you've got this giant orc standing in front of you. Roll your initiatives.
It's go time.
I got a 20.
I got a 4.
The giant woke me up, I guess.
21, by the way. The only time I roll out. Initiative.
Ooh, Oofhack actually rolled a 3.
Oh, wow. I go before Ufak.
He's going lower.
How about
yeah.
that?
Look at that. Wow. Everything's coming up, Drac.
So Runar literally just like stops and slides like to a stop, and like his eyes get really big. He's like, crap, and like just runs back the opposite direction. We have a problem. Up. I think he's going to bonus action dash back towards where the other two are.
All right, Giovanni.
All right, Giovanni shrugs and goes, oh my goodness. He gets his rapier out and he starts charging forward and he goes, Druck, did I ever tell you that Runar is one of the toughest giant killers in the world? And I give Runar bardic inspiration. And then goes in for the attack. Roll a 15 to hit, 7 damage if I hit.
So you come in and stick it right in his leg, and he's like, "Rah!" It's like a bee sting almost in size, but you think you did some good damage. You notice a couple of the others with bows, Barkara, and then there was a female high orc with fish scales that you'd seen but hadn't really gotten her name, I don't think. But they both have bows, and they run up to the tents nearby, the one that Oofhack was in, and they take a couple of shots with bows. They're trying to take a little bit of cover in the walkway that you're coming down. So,
Remember when I died earlier? It's gonna happen again.
one of them shoots at Runar, and Runar gets hit for.
I want to roll the thing, and I do. I reduce it by. I reduce it by 16 points of damage.
Holy cow! All right, so kind of turn around and bat this thing away. Arrow would have completely hit you. I rolled max damage, and you actually negated it. You
Nice.
darted it away.
I also rolled max.
The other arrow just glides past Giovanni and misses. Druck, it's your turn.
No, I was not aware of Renar's prowess with giants. I'm going to take a shot. Back up a little bit, maybe 10, 15 feet, just to add some distance.
Okay,
19?
19 hits.
10 points damage.
All right, arrow comes in, hits him in the other leg. He's got an arrow in one leg and a rapier that just came out of the other one. Yells out. When he yells, it just kind of shakes the place. It's his turn. He's going to swing at Giovanni with his spear. Oh my gosh, he rolled a natural 1.
Oh,
Ooh.
He swings at it, and the pointy part of the stake digs through the ground next to you, creates this big divot, but he missed ya. Runar's turn.
He's like looking around wildly, and then like he just kind of stops, and like he sees this calm come over him, and then he just turns around and like just like quietly marches back to the enlarged orc, and full on roundhouse kicks him right in the shin. We'll see what he does.
Okay.
Huzzah!
Shin kicks.
16.
Hits.
Woo! 4 points of damage, and then he'll bonus action do it again. I do believe a 7 will miss him though.
Yes. All right, bruise him up with the first hit. After that, he kind of looks at you with disdain, and you end up swinging a little wide on the second hit. Giovanni,
All right, Giovanni's going to take another swing, and as he takes a swing, he starts singing something along the lines of, "We are the giant killers, we make their blood spillers." And he takes a swing. I roll a 13.
13 hits.
All right, for 3 points of damage. And I'm going to use Bardic Inspiration for Druck.
Both of the High Orc women are taking shots. They're actually going to shoot down towards Druck. They must figure the big guy's going to take care of the other two. So one of them whizzes by you. The other one does connect Druck. Going to hit you for 7 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Arrow kind of catches you kind of in the side. It slices cleanly as it goes by along your ribs.
Okay.
It's your turn, though.
I will take another shot at Oofhak. 19 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. 23 points of damage.
Yes. This one hits him in the giant neck,
Ooh.
so it kind of off to one side. Blood just starts spilling down the front. It's like squirting. You think it's raining for a minute, guys. Those of you that are up in melee with him,
I'm gonna bonus action hide.
catch the corner of that tent
Yep.
that's over there.
19.
All right. Out of the corner of your eye, by the way, you start seeing people, freeing people in the tent as they move through the camp. And so suddenly all these kind of scholarly types start moving themselves towards the shore, which is what they're being told to do. It's kind of this center lane that the fight's happening in, and so they're running down the outsides of the camp towards the shores. Starts as a couple, and then as soon as you realize, oh, look at that, you just see crowds starting to move through the camp. Oofhak's turn. He's going to attack Runar.
That's not everybody.
Hits you for 10 bludgeoning. Swings it down and just cracks you across the face.
And Renar goes down.
Oh! Blood splatters. You kind of slip in blood that came down from him. Runar, it's your turn. Go ahead and do a death saving throw.
So I failed.
Continuing to bleed at this point. Giovanni, you see that he gets knocked down next to you. You've still got the big guy in front of you. What are you going to do?
Boy, this guy does not like this song, and he's going to try to stab him right in the big toe.
Ooh.
And he's going to keep singing the song about being a giant killer. I rolled an 8. He stabs into the dirt.
All right. The scouts are going to continue to shoot towards our archer over here, Druck, but he does have some cover. So one of them shoots totally wide. The other one, Rakara, you see this sort of knowing grin almost. She moves her arrow over and she literally shoots through the canvas,
Right.
knowing that it's just canvas,
Right.
and she connects.
Okay.
It does, however, it seems to slow the arrow a little bit through that,
Good.
and it only does 3 points of damage.
All right.
Druck, it's your turn.
I'm going to take a shot at Bakara, I guess.
Okay.
And I'm going to use the inspiration. 16?
16 hits.
7 points of damage.
It literally goes through her forearm.
Oh,
Nice.
The arrow. It's like stuck in her arm.
That should affect her aim.
you would think so.
I know.
The giant orc Oofhak takes his swing at Giovanni at his leg there with his big spear. He's going to connect. 7 points of bludgeoning. Oh, crack! Just trying to bat you away. You imagine somebody with a broom with a mouse,
Okay.
just trying to sort of shoo you away, kind of cracks at you with it.
Okay.
So Runar, go ahead and make a death saving throw.
Pass that one.
Yay!
Yeah, pass that one because I
Live
didn't say it.
Live to play again. And Giovanni, it's your turn.
Giovanni keeps singing a song about being a giant slayer, and he closes his eyes and swings really hard to see what happens. He rolls a 7.
Oh, gosh. Closed his eyes, and that's where he went wrong.
Yep.
Just kind of swings.
Yep.
All right, Bakara that got hit, the archer over there, has actually ducked behind the tent. She's no longer shooting at you.
Okay.
The other one with the fish scales is going to take a shot. 6 points of damage.
Cool.
And Druck, it's your turn.
I fall to the ground unconscious.
This is going great.
I'll make my death saving throw. Hey, I made one.
All right. So Giovanni, you are at the base of this giant green-skinned high orc, and he sees behind you one of your fellows dropped. He's got the other one at the base of his feet here, and he literally looks at you like he's about ready to just finish this game. And he takes the spear in his hands, and he's ready to just impale you with it. And just as that's happening behind you, you hear this big whoosh of water. On the water behind you, this ship comes up out of the water. The front of the ship is pointed right at you, and you can see that the figurehead is a big octopus. It's got tentacles that are sort of carved down the sides of the ship. At the nose there is a ballista-looking thing. And it pops up out of the water, and then almost in slow motion, you see this ballista shoot at the back of Boofhack. Bursts through the front of his chest. You're sprayed with blood. He starts to fall, and as he falls, he shrinks down to normal size. This giant ballista bolt is longer than he is, and just kind of rips through him as he falls to the ground. The other two high orcs see this and start running. And by the way, I want to point out, we never saw Mech in this entire fight, right?
Yep.
He just never seemed to appear, whatever that means. All these people start pouring out, all the freed Order of St. Lucius, the scholars and the archaeologists and cleric types, and they all continue to run down the trail towards the boat. Along the way, a couple of them come by and hit the people that are down. So Druck, not a great roll. You get 4 hit points from a quick spell.
That is 4 hit points more than I had.
And Runar, you end up with 8 hit points restored from a friendly Order of St. Lucius cleric.
Only if they knew that I told the pirates to go here.
And they all just start pouring down that direction, and boats come off the ship, and they start slowly bringing this exodus of people. It'll probably take maybe 20 minutes.
Giovanni's eyes are wide open looking at that lovely ship, and he says, "Boy, that might be the 9th best ship I've ever seen in my life."
Runar's lying on the ground going, ow. And like slowly puts his hands down on the ground, like kind of like flat against the ground, and pushes himself up slowly. He goes, oh, it hurts so much.
Yeah, that's not comfortable.
Crew of the cephalopod move everybody over to the ship. They are seeing to injured people, some people that were a little, underfed from being tied up and kind of mistreated by the pirates. You all get brought onto the ship and kind of sort of helped on by the crew. It's a mixed crew. The captain steps up, this Dagny that you had heard over the sending. Welcome to the cephalopod.
I have been studying the arcane arts for quite some time now, and I just want to point out that bards do have access to both the Cure Wound and the Healing Word spells. Both would have been very useful in this last encounter, as we both, actually all of us, were felled by various enemies.
Oh, well, we're fine in the end, though.
I think we got a little lucky this last time.
No, I think we're fine.
Druck, help me! Help me!
Druck is currently making death saving throws, so...
You know what would help is making sure that people like and subscribe. That'll help a lot.
What?
Follow us on social media, listen to our podcast, like and subscribe, and you get notifications for new episodes.
That sounds all very exciting, but how does that help with the healing?
Oh, never mind the healing. We're fine.
Druck! Wake up! Help!
Failed.